Hello, and thanks for joining. Today we're going to be taking a look at a how-to video regarding our Obit login platform. The Obit platform is utilized for our funeral homes and funeral directors, allowing you there at the funeral home to put in information that can be shared with us here at the answering service regarding obits that you have currently going on, whether that be a new first call or a first call that ProComm has facilitated on your behalf. So the first thing we want to do to get into the service is we want to go to www.procommfordirectors.com. Once there, what we're going to do is click on Client Login, Obit Login. Once we get to the Obit Login, it should look just like this. We're going to put in our information, and each funeral home should have your own individual set of credentials to get you into the system. And if you do not have that, you're more than welcome to contact us here at the service, and we will be happy to provide that information to you. So once we log into the system, we're going to be brought here to our dashboard, and the dashboard is going to kind of show some of the current obits that we have going on right now at the service. One thing to note that is if ProComm facilitates a first call on your behalf, whether through your funeral home being 100% transferred, the lines over, or we take that call through a no answer transfer, which is when after a set number of rings at your funeral home, no one answers after 2, 3, 4 rings, whatever. The lines will automatically be forwarded to ProComm. If we take that first call for you, the obit information will automatically be put into the system. So what we're going to do, we're going to assume that this test obit from ProComm is a first call that ProComm actually took on my funeral home's behalf. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this test obit, and when we click on it, it's going to bring up a new page here, and we're going to see that this is ProComm test obit. There's lots of information that we can put in here. We can put in junior, senior, second, third. We can leave it blank. Whatever you want to do here, you're definitely welcome to put as much information in, or you can, leave this information blank, whatever you feel necessary. Definitely want to have the date of birth, and we're going to use my date of birth here, which is September the 26th. And the easiest thing for me to do is go ahead and use the calendar and kind of find the date. And once I find the date, I can kind of highlight this here, the year, and put in whatever year I want to put in. So I'm going to put in 1980, that's my birth date. Date of death, we're going to put in March the 18th. So we put that information in. Keep going along here. Nickname, we can put that in if we want to, don't necessarily have to. Can leave that blank. Okay, moving forward here, we have an event is the death. This here is just kind of a standard that's put in the system. We can put whatever information we want to here. We can put at the home, at the local hospital. We can put died on vacation, whatever we want to put there. We can definitely put that information in. But for testing purposes, we're going to leave that part blank. We are going to put in a visitation. So we use our drop down tab here, find visitation, put that information in. The visitation is going to be at the funeral home. That start time is going to be Friday the 20th. And we're going to put that visitation time is going to be at 6 p.m. And the end time for that visitation is going to be at 9 p.m. There again, you can leave information blank or you can put information in. We at ProComm are very familiar with you and your funeral home, so if you want to leave the address to the funeral home blank, you definitely can, because there again, we know where you guys are located. We have all that information into our system, but if you do want to put that in, you certainly can. We're going to put in the service. Service is going to be at the church, and that service is going to be Saturday the 21st, and that is going to be at 11 a.m. Notice when I clicked off of that, I'd put in that that's going to be Saturday the 21st, and then I put a space 11 space a.m. and I clicked somewhere in the Obit. That information went away. If you'll notice here in the active until, this by default is 7 days. The way this is formed in, it's Wednesday 3/25 space 11:59 p.m. That's a good representation of the information we want to put in. So like for the visitation, I put in Friday 3:20 space 6 p.m. But for the actual service, I was trying to put a space between the 11 and the a.m. I'm not going to do that, so this time I'm going to put it in and it takes it. So that's a good friendly reminder there. I know we have had some folks in the past kind of get a little bit confused on that, so remember to catch that little tip there. The address is going to be at 123 Church Street, and ProComm is located in Seneca, South Carolina, so we're going to put Seneca, South Carolina, and I'm just using the tab key on my keyboard to move from one field to the next. So that's a quick little tip as well. You can tab over if you want to. So the service is going to be at the church, 3/21/2015, 11 a.m. We don't have an end time because it's going to go as long as it needs to go. We are going to have cemetery is going to follow at the family cemetery, and that's going to follow Saturday the 21st. We're not going to put a time in because that's going to follow the service, and that's going to be at the cemetery, and that is going to be in Seneca, South Carolina as well. Okay, once we have all that information in, moving along, we can put information in the notes section. There is a little tab here where we can do some quick adds. One of the things that a lot of our directors do is, I'd mentioned a little bit earlier in our training video that anytime ProComm takes a first call for you, that information, partial information, will be put into the system here. You can definitely go in and edit that information and say arrangements pending, or you can say direct cremation. You know, as we're adding this quick add stuff in, if you'll notice it's putting all that information in. We can delete that information. We can put any notes we want to put in here. We can add just whatever, you know. Please bring flowers. Okay, now once we have this information put into the system, we can put in a full Obit. I know a lot of folks like to copy and paste the Obit, and you shouldn't have any problems putting the full Obit information in here. You could definitely copy and paste, put that information in. One thing to note here, I know we kind of touched on a little bit earlier, talking about the way that this active until is formatted. By default, this is set for 7 days. Let's say, for instance, a prominent figure in the community has passed away, and you know, where our funeral and visitation is going to be on the 20th and 21st. We want to put this out here until the 28th. We can definitely put that out there if we want to. So we got it out here for 3/28. Put it out there for several days. Hit update. Give the system just a second to recognize we've made some changes. Go back, make sure we have everything in there. Everything's put in. And if you'll notice here on the notes section, we have Wednesday, March 18th, where we put this information in. And we can definitely add information as we gather it. One of the things that a lot of our directors do is, you know, as soon as a first call is taken, they'll jump on the ProComm website, put this information in, arrangements pending. It just makes that information just makes you at the funeral home look good. It makes us at the answering service look good that we have current Obit information, service information, so we can better serve you at the funeral home and the families you serve. So great idea to keep this on your hot button to go in and be able to edit this obituary information. Now, one thing that we do have that I want to kind of show is, if you notice here, there's no delete button on this. So we've put this out here for the 28th. One little trick that you can use, if you just want to clean up your dashboard, you can go back and hit on the 17th and you can update that. And once you update that for after it's already gone away, you'll notice that it goes away. So no delete button, but you definitely can put that information in. Once again, thank you for watching this training video on the ProComm Obit platform. If you have additional questions, please feel free to contact us here at the service. We'd be happy to go over any additional information with you specific for you and your application. Thanks again and have a great day.